Welcome back to a Top 10 Countdown. Today we'll be taking a look at some of the finest rising stars in the Super League.
Sensational!
Without any further ado, let's get straight to number 10. French Rugby League has long been known for producing fullbacks with flair. 19-year-old Guillermo Aispuro-Bichet looks set to follow in their footsteps. With Morg's departure to Hull KR and Sam Tompkins struggling with injuries, Aispuro-Bichet has seized his opportunity in the Catalans Dragons starting lineup and he's taken it with both hands. Standing at 6'1", the teenager has injected energy and unpredictability into the Dragons' attack. His quick feet and sharp agility make him a constant threat with the ball, while his composure and work rate in defence have earned praise from both coaches and teammates alike.
Great kid, think he wants to learn, asking a lot of questions. Of course he's talented, he got that. I think the most important is he's working really hard to be the best, so it's really good.
Remy Casti, a Catalans legend turned coach, summed up the club's excitement about him. He's learning, he's not a finished player, but he's intelligent and has the technical vision to adapt. Aispuro-Bichet truly announced himself at this year's Magic Weekend, slicing through defenders for a stunning solo try at St James's Park.
Well, it's Magic Weekend and we've just seen our first magical try.
It looks like the number 1 jersey is his to lose for the rest of 2025, and watching his growth over the next few months could be one of the highlights of the Dragons season. In round 7 of the Super League season, St Helens handed 18-year-old George Whitby his first start. Since then, he hasn't looked back. The young halfback guided Saints to a win over Wakefield Trinity on debut and has featured in every game since. While the team struggled in high-stakes matches, Whitby's emergence has addressed a key weakness in the side. With a spine of Tristan Saylor, Jack Welsby and Lomax, St Helens lacked a consistent kicking game. That's where Whitby has stepped up. His inclusion has brought much-needed structure and game management to the team, but he's more than just a steady hand. Despite his small stature, the pocket-sized playmaker is a genuine attacking threat. His instincts to support the play and exploit gaps have stood out, most memorably when he scored a hat-trick in a dominant 40-0 win over Catalans Dragons.
And it's a hat-trick for George Whitby!
He's also proving reliable with the boot, kicking 22 goals at a 75% success rate. And while opposition sides have tried to exploit his size in defence, Whitby has more than held his own, showing toughness and composure under pressure. If his form continues, it's hard to imagine Whitby not wearing the number 7 jersey at St Helens for the next decade.
I can't thank everyone enough, and I've just got to keep my head down and keep working hard, so yeah.
Sam Burgess has already made some bold decisions during his time as head coach of Warrington, but handing a Super League debut to a 17-year-old in round 1 of the 2024 season away to Catalans Dragons might be his boldest yet. Aaron Lindop was thrust onto the wing opposite one of the league's best in Tom Johnston. Just 16 minutes into the match, he repaid Burgess's faith.
And here's the young man, Lindop! Oh, debut! What an amazing story!
A product of the Wolves Academy, Lindop had already caught the eye during the club's 2023 tour of Australia, scoring a try against the New South Wales under-17s. Now, 19 and standing at an imposing 6'4", Lindop has continued to rise. He crossed the line 6 times in just 9 appearances during the 2024 campaign, including 3 tries in 2 appearances against the all-conquering Wigan Warriors. In 2025, he opened his account with a try against Wigan in Las Vegas and added another stunner in round 6 against Leeds Rhinos.
Lindop scores a wonderful individual try!
Lindop is a blend of size, speed and skill. He can finish with confidence on the wing, but also has the ball-playing ability to play in his favoured role of centre, his likely long-term position. As he continues to develop physically and gain first-team experience, the ceiling for this teenager is sky high. There's a common narrative that rugby league struggles to attract top athletic talent in the UK, but Lewis Martin is the exception. After spending 8 years in Hull City's academy system, Martin made the switch to rugby league and joined Hull FC. He found his feet quickly, transitioning into a winger. Now 20 years old, Martin made his senior debut in 2023 against St Helens, marking it with a try, and became a regular in 2024, scoring 9 tries in 25 games for a struggling Hull side. In 2025, he's taken his game to another level. With 15 tries in his first 15 appearances, Martin is showing all the attributes of a top-tier winger, elite finishing, and a quality athlete. His standout moment came in round 4 of the Challenge Cup. Away at the Brick Community Stadium, Hull FC faced defending champions Wigan and trailed 22-6 at half-time. But a stunning second-half comeback was capped off by Martin, who scored a memorable hat-trick, including the late match winner that sent Hull through to the next round.
And it's Lewis Martin just sent Hull FC into the Challenge Cup quarter-finals.
Martin signed a 3-year contract extension in March, committing to his hometown club. If Hull are to return to silverware contention in the coming years, Lewis Martin will be a key piece to that mission. The Wigan vs St Helens derby is never short on intensity, and in July 2024 it also marked the Super League debut of Harry Robertson. Thrown in at full-back for one of Rugby League's fiercest rivalries, the teenager was tested early and often. Wigan halfback Harry Smith, known for his pinpoint kicking, targeted Robertson relentlessly. After a nervy start, the youngster settled and began to shine, providing a slick assist for Jack Welsby in a tight contest. Robertson was one of the standout players that day, and he went on to make 8 more appearances for Saints in 2024, scoring his first try against Huddersfield Giants.
And Harry Robertson scores his first St Helens try.
Fast forward to 2025, and Robertson has made a strong impression playing in the centres, crossing for 8 tries in just 9 appearances. His performances earned him a contract extension through to 2028, a clear sign of the faith St Helens have in his future. Though he's been sidelined with an injury since round 7, Robertson's early season form was impossible to ignore. His sharp footwork near the try line and close-range finishing made him a constant threat whenever he had the ball. Long-term, he's expected to transition back to fullback, but for now, he's just making the most of his first-grade opportunities. And if his debut season is anything to go by, Harry Robertson is a name we'll be hearing for years to come.
Robertson turning defence into attack, taking the opportunity on a plate.
Oliver Pratt is the only player on this list whose breakout season came in the Championship, but his performances have been impossible to ignore. After Wakefield Trinity were relegated from the Super League in 2023, several academy players were given the chance to step up. Pratt had already impressed during a loan spell at York that same year and made his Super League debut late in the season. In 2024, he was handed the number 3 jersey and quickly became a key figure in Wakefield's campaign. The 20-year-old centre played 34 games across league and cup competitions, scoring 18 tries and helping Wakefield lift both the Championship title and the 1895 Cup. He capped it all off by being named the competition's Young Player of the Year. His efforts earned him a new 4-year contract at the end of 2024, and he's carried that form into the new Super League season. Pratt's running game is a real threat to opposition edges. He's got the pace and footwork to glide past defenders, but also the strength to power through contact. He consistently makes meters and backs up his carries with clever offloads and fast play the ball. With Herbie Farnworth and Jake Wardle likely to lock down the centre spots for England's Ashes tour later this year, Pratt could be pushing the likes of Harry Newman and Mark Percival for a backup role, a remarkable rise for a player who was in the Championship just last season. We previously mentioned the 2024 Wigan vs St Helens derby, where Harry Robertson made his debut at fullback for the Saints. But lining up opposite him that day was another youngster who stole the headlines, Zack Eckersley. Not only did Eckersley deliver a composed and impressive performance in a high-pressure match, but he also scored the match-winning try, securing the bragging rights for Wigan.
Here Eckersley will slide through, making a name for himself.
Standing at 6'3", Eckersley is a versatile backline threat who featured 16 times during Wigan's historic quadruple-winning season. Whether it was at fullback, centre or wing, the 21-year-old slotted in seamlessly wherever he was needed. That versatility has made it difficult to pinpoint his long-term position, but with Adam Cairn likely to depart at the end of 2025, a permanent spot in the centres could open up for him in 2026. In 2024, Eckersley crossed for 7 tries in 16 appearances, and he's built on that this year with 6 tries in 10 games so far in 2025. His confidence continues to grow with every match, and some of his finishes have been nothing short of spectacular. His athleticism and height make him a real aerial threat, while his timing and decision-making under the high ball in defence show his maturity and calm under pressure. Head coach Matt Peat has shown continued faith in Eckersley, trusting him to not only fill in but deliver in crucial moments. His rapid development was rewarded with a 4-year contract extension in 2024, a clear indication that Wigan see him as a key piece of their future.
Brilliant from Eckersley!
Before we get into the top 3, let's take a moment to highlight a few players who just missed out on the list but are still making waves in the Super League. First up, Jack Farrimond, a young halfback from Wigan who's shown flashes of real creative class when given opportunities in 2024. With his vision and passing game, he looks like a serious talent for the future. Fletcher Rooney was having a breakout campaign for Castleford in early 2025 before injury unfortunately cut his season short. His strong performances earned him a long-term contract extension, and he'll no doubt be back stronger. Over at Leeds, Riley Lum has seized his chance after an injury to Mika Sivo. Under Brad Arthur, Lum has impressed with sharp footwork and clinical finishing. He looks like a long-term weapon for the Rhinos on the edge. And finally, George Flanagan Jr. has been a rare, bright spark in an injury-hit Huddersfield Giants side. Thrown into the mix due to injuries, he's stepped up with maturity and energy, giving Giants fans something to cheer about in a tough season. All 4 are names to watch as the next generation of Super League talent continues to emerge. Third on our list, and in his final year in the Super League, is Morgan Gannon, who signed a 3-year deal with the New Zealand Warriors starting in 2026. The 21-year-old back rower has made a big impact in his return season for Leeds after a difficult 2024, where he was sidelined due to a series of concussions. But in 2025, he's come back stronger and better than ever. Gannon has been part of the Rhinos setup since 2021, making 13 appearances in his debut year. He followed that up with 25 games and 6 tries in 2022, a season that saw him nominated for the league's Young Player of the Year award. He's a workhorse forward, strong in defence, direct with his carries, but also skillful enough to fill in as a ball-playing option when needed. His versatility and toughness make him the kind of player every coach wants in their side. In 2025, he's played in every game for Leeds so far, scoring 4 tries and playing a key role in their pushback into the playoff picture. His consistency and presence have been important to the Rhinos' resurgence. Gannon turns 22 in December and is set to begin what could be a long and successful NRL career. But before then, he'll be focused on leaving a lasting legacy at Leeds and helping them contend for silverware this season. At just 21 years old, George Delaney is on the verge of his 3rd consecutive season with 20 or more first-team appearances. Since bursting onto the scene in 2023, when he made 20 appearances, including 6 starts in his debut season, Delaney has been a vital part of the Saints' forward pack. His role expanded further in 2024, playing 25 games and scoring his first try in a win over Castleford Tigers.
And George Delaney grabs his first try of the season for St Helens on his 22nd appearance.
That season, he firmly established himself as one of Super League's brightest young talents and earned a nomination for the Young Player of the Year award. Delaney hasn't taken a backward step since arriving in the top flight. His powerful carries and punishing tackles belie his youth and mark him as a forward well beyond his years. His performances earned him a call-up to the England squad for the mid-season test against France, and he was named Saints Young Player of the Year for the 2nd consecutive season. Ahead of the 2025 season, Delaney signed a new 4-year deal with St Helens, shutting down speculation of a move to the NRL. While Delaney will undoubtedly attract further interest from down under in the future, his focus is firmly on his career at St Helens and on potentially securing a spot with England for the upcoming Ashes series. No player in European Rugby League has the world at his feet quite like Junior Nsemba right now. In his first full Super League season, he was the unanimous choice for the Young Player of the Year award, ahead of names like George Delaney and now Canberra Raiders forward Matty Nicholson. Nsemba first burst onto the scene in 2023, scoring a try in a Challenge Cup victory over Leeds Rhinos.
Oh, remember! Junior Nsemba!
Though his appearances that year were sporadic, 2024 was when he truly announced himself as one of the sport's brightest young talents. Off the field, Nsemba is humble, but once he crosses the white line, he becomes a bulldozer, a powerful athlete with a polished skill set in the second row. He featured in 28 games across all competitions in 2024, improving with every match and playing a key role in Wigan's Challenge Cup and Grand Final triumphs. His outstanding form earned him a spot in the Super League Dream Team and a call-up to the England squad, where where he made his international debut during a 2-test series against Samoa. In 2025, he showcased his talents on the global stage at the Las Vegas game, and by season's end, he will be a serious contender for the Man of Steel award. Nsemba scored 8 tries in 28 appearances in 2024 and has already notched 7 tries in just 14 games this season. His timing and skillful offloads have made him a key figure in Wigan's attack. The left edge of the Warriors has become one of the most dangerous in the competition because of him. His intelligence in choosing when and where to run has set him apart, making him one of the most dominant forwards in the league. At the pace he's developing, Nsemba could well become the first forward since James Graham in 2008 to claim the Man of Steel award. And if you want to know more about the journey of Junior Nsemba, you can watch The Scary Rise of Rugby League's new star on the channel.